Hello, everyone. We're back with a brand new story. Tonight, a lonely courier walks into a tattoo shop that shouldn't exist, and the golden vine she draws on his arm starts growing on its own, turning him into someone new 1 inch of skin at a time. Enjoy the show.
Somewhere in this city there is a street that only exists when someone needs it. Kai has walked this alley 100 times on delivery, runs same wet bricks, same broken pipe, same stray cat. But tonight there's a green neon sign burning where there has never been a sign before. Inkwell, 23 years old, a courier who spends his life carrying other people's things to other people's homes, and the only thing Kai has ever really felt is that he's standing slightly outside his own life, looking in through a window. He stops walking. The cat watches him, and the light in that window is warm in a way the rest of the world has never been. He looks up through the rain, and the sign looks back. Inkwell, tattoo. 2 words in green fire, humming softly, patient as something that has been waiting a long time. And here's the thing Kai can't explain. Not then and not later. He isn't curious. He's recognized, like walking past a stranger and realizing they're saying your name. He has no money for a tattoo. He has no idea what he'd even get. He has an 11-hour shift starting in 6 hours, and he pushes the door open anyway, because some doors don't ask whether it's convenient, they just ask whether you're finally ready. The shop smells like green ink and old rain. Framed designs cover every wall. Dragons, moths, roses, faces and rows of little bottles glow softly on the shelves. Behind them stands a woman with silver hair pulled up in a knot, sleeves of golden tattoos winding all the way down both arms, watching him with the patience of someone who already knows the ending. I haven't picked anything, Kai says. I don't even know what I want. She doesn't hand him a catalog. She doesn't ask his budget. She simply gestures to the black leather chair with an open palm and says, "You don't have to know, sweetheart. The ink already does." The needle touches his inner forearm and Kai forgets to be afraid. There's no stencil, no sketch, no plan. The woman just works, and something impossible follows the needle. A fine curling vine, leaves, and a single closed bud, all of it in glowing gold instead of black ink. It shines like something lit from inside the skin. "What is that?" he whispers. "That's not ink." She doesn't look up. "It's ink," she says. "It's just honest ink." 2 hours later, he pays with the crumpled cash in his jacket, and she says one last thing as he opens the door. "Whatever it does, don't fight it. It only ever grows into a shape you were already." At 3 a.m. he wakes because his arm is bright, not aching, not itching, glowing, throwing soft gold light across his sheets and up the walls of his tiny apartment, while the neon city burns behind the window, and Kai sits up and watches, wide awake and unable to move as the vine on his forearm grows. A new tendril unwinds toward his wrist, a leaf unfurls. Slowly, gently, like a plant on a time-lapse, the pattern is spreading, and there's a warmth spreading with it, up the arm, into the chest, patient as sunrise. Every part of his brain is screaming hospital, but his body isn't panicking. His body feels like it just remembered something. Morning. He lifts both hands into the light and doesn't recognize them. The vine has crossed his wrists in the night and is climbing his fingers now. Delicate gold lines curling across the backs of his hands like handwriting, but it's not the tattoo that stops his breath. It's the hands themselves, slender, long, graceful, the knuckles softened, the nails grown into neat, glossy almonds that catch the sunrise. They are unmistakably beautiful hands. A woman's hands. Kai turns them over slowly, once, twice, waiting for the horror to arrive. It doesn't come. What comes instead, quiet and enormous, is "oh." The second morning arrives with a weight on his shoulders and half a river of black hair on the pillow. He sits up in bed and lifts a strand, silky blue-black, so long it pools on the sheets in coils and spills off the edge like water. It grew in one night. It grew for one night, and the face it's framing now is different too. Softer around the jaw, the mouth fuller, the amber eyes larger. Somewhere on the floor, the delivery bag sits packed for a shift. He already knows he isn't going to. He sits there in the morning light, holding an armful of impossible hair, and the only coherent thought he manages is, she's beautiful, and then quieter, she. By the third day, the vine has climbed out of his collar and up the side of his neck, delicate gold branches curling toward his ear like it's whispering something, and the face it's decorating has finished arriving. Standing at the window, watching the rain on the neon, she raises one elegant hand and touches her own lips, soft now, full, unmistakably a woman's mouth, with the disbelief of someone checking a rumor. Long lashes, a refined nose, a jaw like a line of poetry. There's no he left to hold on to, and honestly, there hasn't been for 2 days. The strangest part isn't that it happened. The strangest part is that it feels less like becoming someone new, and more like the swelling has finally gone down. Day 4 is where the tragedy gets funny. She holds up her old jeans against the morning light and bursts out laughing. The waist gapes. The hips are a joke. Nothing about that faithful, boring 5-year-old denim is ever going to happen again. Her waist has narrowed, her hips have curved, and the entire wardrobe scattered across the bed has been quietly retired overnight by a plant growing on her arm. She laughs so hard she has to sit down. Somewhere out there, her manager is calling about a missed shift, and she cannot bring herself to care about a single thing on this earth except the fact that she is going to need genuinely, urgently new clothes. On the 5th night, the vine reaches her collarbone, and the bud opens. She stands at the window and watches golden light bloom across her chest and shoulder in the shape of a rose gold ribbons lifting off her skin and drifting through the dark room. The oversized jacket has slipped off one shoulder. The t-shirt beneath drapes over a body that is entirely, softly, undeniably hers, now curves where flat lines used to be. A new center of gravity, a shape she keeps almost recognizing from somewhere. She rests her fingers against the blooming rose and feels her own heartbeat under it. There is no fear left anywhere in the room. There's only a girl standing in the neon glow, watching herself finish. She goes back the next night, with her sleeve pushed up and her heart in her throat. "Look at it," she says, holding out the glowing arm. "It's still growing. It doesn't stop. What did you do to me?" The woman with the silver hair doesn't flinch and doesn't apologize. She just looks at the arm, then at the face above it, then folds her golden sleeves across her chest and smiles a small, complicated smile. "I did exactly what you asked me to do," she says. "You just didn't know it was you asking. And then, before the argument can start, come here, there's something you're allowed to see now."
The book is old, thick, bound in cracked leather, and every page is covered in the same vine, drawn and redrawn across decades, annotated in faded ink, pattern flow, line weight, glow potential. The left page is dated 2016, and beneath the design, in careful handwriting, one name, Hannah. The right page is dated 2023. Same vine, same leaves, same rose, and underneath it, glowing faintly gold on the paper, a name that was written long before anyone ever spoke it out loud. Kaya. She stares at it. She has never said that name. She has never even thought that name, and it has been sitting in this book, waiting for her, for years.
That last night she doesn't sleep. She sits cross-legged on the bed with the city burning outside and lets it finish. The gold comes up out of her skin in long ribbons, spiraling around her arms, drifting into the dark like something being released rather than something being added. Her eyes are closed, her palms are open, and it doesn't feel like magic doing something to her. It feels like a knot being untied, thread by patient thread. until everything that had been held in tension for 23 years is simply allowed to lie flat. When the last ribbon fades, the room is quiet and dark and ordinary, and she is, finally, entirely herself.
Morning.
She stands in the middle of the room and stretches all the way up on her toes, arms high, hair swinging down her back, the vine resting quiet and elegant along her forearms and neck. No more glow. The work is done. The pattern has settled into her skin like it grew there in childhood. Outside the window, the city looks exactly the same as it did a week ago, the same towers, the same rain-washed light. Kai used to look at that skyline and feel like a passenger. Kaya looks at it and feels like a resident, and there is a strange, undramatic peace in the room, the kind that arrives when a body and a person finally stop arguing. She walks through the shopping district in the middle of the afternoon, and this is the part nobody warned her about. Nothing happens. Nobody stares, nobody whispers. She passes shop fronts and coffee cups and 100 strangers, and the world simply makes room. A blazer that fits, jeans that fit, the gold vine visible on her neck and forearm, and the only reaction it gets is the occasional appreciative glance from someone who thinks it's very good work. Kai spent 23 years feeling like he was standing outside his own life looking in. Kaya crosses the street in the sunlight and realizes she has been inside it all day and never once thought to check. She goes back to say thank you, and instead gets the truth. The woman with the silver hair leans against the tattoo chair watching her and then quietly rolls the black fabric down off her own shoulder. And there it is. The same vine, the same leaves, the same rose wound in gold all the way down her arm. Old and settled and completely at home. 2016, she says softly. Same alley, same rain, same chair, except I was the one sitting in it. Kaya's hand comes up over her mouth. Hannah, she whispers, and the tears arrive before she can stop them. The woman nods. The shop found me too, sweetheart, and when it was done with me, it left me here to wait for you. And then Hannah closes the distance and kisses her. It's not sudden. It's the opposite of sudden. It's the last inch of a road they've both been walking for a week, and Kaya's eyes fall shut, and the tears keep coming, and none of them are sad. She has spent her whole life being handled carefully by people who couldn't see her, and here is someone who has known exactly who she was since before she had a name for it. Somewhere behind them, a lamp hums. The rain moves against the window, and Kaya kisses her back clumsily at first, then not clumsily at all, because for the first time in 23 years, there is nothing in her that wants to pull away. The jacket slips off her shoulders and neither of them catches it. Hannah's tattooed hands find her waist, gentle and unhurried, and the gold on both their arms flares softly where their skin touches the same vine, recognizing itself. It isn't hunger, it's relief. Two people who each spent years being no one, finding the one other person on earth who knows exactly how heavy that was. Kaya lets go of a breath she has been holding since she was 9 years old. The green neon buzzes, the city keeps raining, and behind the fogged window of a tattoo shop that will not be there tomorrow, nobody is alone anymore. She leaves near dawn, and the alley is quiet, and the sign is still burning green over the wet stones. Kaya walks away with her hair loose and the vine warm along her throat, and she doesn't look back, she doesn't need to. Some doors you only walk through once, and that's exactly what makes them holy. But halfway down the alley she passes someone. A young man in a gray jacket, shoulders up, hood down, standing perfectly still in the rain, staring at a neon sign that was definitely not there yesterday. She smiles and keeps walking. Behind her she hears the door open. Inkwell is open. Inkwell is always open for exactly one person at a time, and one night on a street that's usually just a wall. It might be open for you.